Welcome to Classic Car Cave, or welcome back to Classic Car Cave, as Steve always says, from D3S Shooter. So we've got everything out, or as much as we can. Unfortunately, this door we managed to get it off okay. Unfortunately, this one was seized solid, and so we've had to cut out where the hinges were and just made some basic brackets. That's an old hinge there, and just put these on just to hold it in place. I've got the chassis number off it, but you can see now it rolls very easily. And yeah, so that's that done. Basically the wheel thing is only to get it to the sandblast and then get it off, because once the chassis is done we'll put it on and rebuild the 4 main legs and then start worrying about the inner and outer sills and all that kind of stuff and building the back. Probably I don't know, a year's project or more. But as I say, I got the VIN tag off it, which was there. You can see that actually the metal under it still, even there, look, well, we had to grind that off. So we'll get this done. We're going to have a nice big clean up now, clean the floor up. So I was working on that with Amir, but Amir's also been working on this Mark III Mini, which is a Mini Deluxe 1000. So there's the subframe, that's absolutely shagged. But the front subframe is good on it, which is a double bolter, obviously, because it's an older, that's a 1970 car, and you can see it's got the double bolts in here. Double bolt system, but we've got that and it's still in good condition, because they're quite, I think they're hard to get hold of, but I think they're a bit more expensive. Rear subframe, it's up to whoever buys the car. So my plan is, not now, but if I get an offer on the car with the logbook, I've got an engine and a spare engine, the subframe, the running gear, not much else, quite a few bits and pieces. I'll probably put the Mark I lights on it because I've got them brand new, and 2 sets of infills. I don't know why I ended up with the second set. There's an infill that goes in there, and I've got 2 sets of them. I don't know why. So yeah, if I get an offer on it with the logbook, but all we want to do is build a body shell and put it in white primer, and then it's up to somebody else what they do. So obviously it's going to need new flitch panels. Actually the skull looks in good nick, but somebody's been pissing around with it here, so whether we'll repair it, but underneath it's perfect. I'll tell you what, the older ones were much better made. You can see inside it's in much better condition than some of the newer ones. It obviously needs front floors. It looks like it probably is going to need a toe board. Yeah, it's not great here, but we'll put it on the jig and see what it's like underneath and go from there. Put new inner wings in it. We'll see how it comes. Once it's been sandblasted, all this shit will come off this tar. But you can see underneath, that's actually not too bad. That's a lot. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it was obviously maroon at one time. Anyway, we'll see what we can do. This piece in here, I can either put a brand new roof on it or just fit this piece in, which we can do and lead load it. You'll never see it. Make it invisible, weld and lead load in there. So I just need somebody who wants it, but I want a deposit on it before I start working on it. I've got so many other projects. Yeah, and we'll go from there. But once it's sandblasted and it's covered in primer, we can leave it for a year or 2 or whatever, so somebody comes along. I have a couple of people that are interested in it, but nothing definite. So there we are. So that's what I've been up to. So yeah, we get this stuff out, compressor and everything, and next week or a week after we can start on this roof. We'll get everything out of here. So we're a little tied up now and not call it a day, I think. The ram out from the crane. The bottom seal on the plunger was goosed. There was a rip in it, and this body seal. So this is what I think is causing the problem. Yeah. But there was 2 on it, wasn't there? 1. Oh, you put a new one on?
No.
Is that the old one?
Old one.
So we've got an O-ring kit. So we'll, hopefully we've been pretty lucky with it so far. We get that sorted out. We might be in good shape.
New oil.
But it's been done before though, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't you do it once before? Yeah.
Years and years.
It's 2007, I think. Is it? 2007.
Seven.
Yeah, that's when I bought it. So, hopefully get rid of that the next week, eh? That's about. For me, it's been taking all the rake door regulators out and handles and so on. But the usual places, the bottoms are rotten where all the water sits in them. But generally, the rest of the frame's in pretty good nick. So we can definitely save them. But you can see here we had trouble yesterday. These pins in here are absolutely seized. They have to be drilled out or something. I would imagine that's cast. You can see where we had to take the hinge off and cut through 2 layers. But the thickness of the steel is huge. Again there. So they're easily savable. And like I said, this is nice and solid now. That's just perfect for moving around. And we've moved the Mark III Mini onto the jig now. So this jig was originally designed for a monocoque E-type roadster or coupe. In fact, it was a coupe that was on it originally. A 67, I believe. And we've done a few modifications on it. But the basic idea was there. Unfortunately, when he went to Hungary, all this was damaged, so we've put a new, thicker tubing on the end, as you can see. And then this system on the back. But we have two systems for it. Once you want to get rid of the bar, we've got another link here which goes into those two on the bottom there, and then comes off into this connection here. But it works good, and we'll transport it to the sandblaster like that. But generally, for a 1970 car, it's in a lot better condition than the later ones. And you can see, here's a perfect example. They're always rot along here. The later models, look at it, it's solid. It's a pity it has to be replaced. Again here, normally they're rotten to, there's a peach along there. There's a few patches on the sills, which are literally patches. Somebody's put a patch on them and pot riveted them on, which I'll attempt to show you now. But generally it's better. The whole arse end of it's far better than the later ones, I have to say. But yeah, it fits well on the jig. There's no issues with it. And yeah, so I can show you these two patches. So where are they now? I think they're on this side, I think. Let's see if I can find them. Are they here? Yeah, there you go. So there's a patch there, and another one here. Also, they're going to come out anyway. So how piss poor is that? Literally a patch that's been riveted on. So yeah, there we go. So as I say, get this sandblasted next week. Prime it in white primer, and then leave it until I've got either somebody who wants it, or somebody wants to order it and put a deposit on it, and we'll do up the shell and sell it on. So that's the way we're going to go with it. So on that note, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and I'll catch you up next week with hopefully all the updates on the Citroen body, the chassis, all the panels. Hopefully by the end of next week we'll have it all back sandblasted and painted, and I can give you an update. So take care guys, bye for now.